Hi, good evening everybody. This is Gina Yong. How are you today on this lovely Saturday evening? I'm very excited to be with you today. Our guest today, our sponsor today is by Coleman Malaysia. So there is going to be Coleman is coming out with something very exciting. We call it the Coleman Family Camp, and it's going to be in October, November, and December. To find out more about the Coleman Family Camp, a very fun camp to be in indeed. Let's watch this. So welcome back. How are you feeling today? It's really a nice Saturday. Well, it has been a long Saturday for me. We have been training a group of T-Bun breastfeeding counselors, and now we are here together with you. Why do we train T-Bun breastfeeding counselors? So that we can have more breastfeeding counselors. If you could do me a favor, could you just share this live video with your friends, because I have a lot of wonderful things to share with you, especially on breast milk handling, how to handle your breast milk while you're at home, and how to handle your breast milk when you travel, and how to handle breast milk with your nanny. Okay, so this is something that you and your friends would definitely want to know more about. If you could just share this video with your friends and your families, your nannies, grandmas, grandpas, anybody who will be helping you handle your baby definitely will want to listen to this. Yeah, this is a question that a lot of people have been asking about, and I'm here today to answer any questions that you may have. I'll be here, okay, it's going to be a one hour plus show. I'll be here giving you some information, and then I'll be able to take some of your questions. And for those of you who have registered for this this live talk, this live show, you stand a chance to win some exciting prizes. Okay, we will reveal to you later what are the prizes, but you do stand a chance to win some exciting prizes. You have to register yourself, and you have to be present, because when we announce the prizes, you have to be here, right? You have to be here to accept the prizes, right? And so we do this the normal way as usual. I'll share with you some information, and then do bring in your questions. If you have any questions at all, just give it to me. I will try to answer your question as much as possible, anything related to do with parenting, anything to do with related to breastfeeding. And why are we doing this with Coleman? Because Coleman has a lot of wonderful family products that is really suitable for you breastfeeding parents and even non-breastfeeding parents. Okay, have you seen the video just now? Family fun together, isn't that wonderful? So without further ado, let's move into our session. Okay, hi Irene, hi Yanling. Okay, they say they cannot hear clearly. Okay, I will try to adjust that and see what we can do. It's a little bit soft, is it? How is it now, Yanling? Could you hear me a little bit better? Yeah, just give me an indication to see how is it for you. The rest of you is on today's session is on breast milk storage and handling. Okay, so the breast milk storage and handling. Hi Halinda, can you hear me well? Irene, Yanfei, can you hear me? Jasreen, yes? Okay, thank you so much. Yanling, okay, can hear me better now, yeah? BF Mommy here, very good. Hi Emily, wonderful. Okay, let me start with our sharing for today, and then you bring in the questions. Okay, you bring in the questions. I will try as much as possible to my best of ability to answer all your questions. All right? Okay. Can we have the okay, let's put up the slides for you. Some people say that my voice is too soft. Maybe you increase the volume in your computer. Let's try that and see. If that doesn't work, maybe you try to put in a earphone. Sometimes that helps. Okay, is that better? Yes, wonderful. Thank you, Joan. Thank you for your feedback that you can hear me a little bit better now. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So, breast milk handling and storage guidelines. What is it that we are going to talk about? Yes, some of questions that a lot of people ask. Is my milk okay? How do I store my milk? How do I know when the milk is not good anymore? People want to know about that. Yeah. So the first question always people is how long milk can last, correct? How long the milk can last. And yep, let's transition. Okay, I'm looking for I'm sorry, I'm looking for my slides. Keep the questions coming. Really happy to be able to answer any one of your questions. The line is clear for most people. That's wonderful. Thank you. For those of you who feel that the line is not clear, perhaps you can wear a earphone. Sometimes that helps. Yes. Yeah, thank you. I'm so happy to see all of you here today. Just a reminder for those of you when the lucky draw is announced, you need to be here to accept the prizes. Okay. Yeah. So okay, how long does breast milk last? You see, if when you go into Google and you just put in how long does breast milk last, you get a lot of information. You get everything that's on the screen that you can see today. How long does breast milk last? And a lot of this information now usually comes from overseas, comes from America, comes from UK maybe, okay? And a lot of times mothers in Malaysia especially are very concerned because they say, hey, Malaysian weather is a little bit different now. So is there a difference in guidelines as well? Okay, let's move on to first thing first, to understand this. In order to prepare your milk well, a lot of you are breastfeeding mothers, you know how difficult it is to breastfeed, or a lot of you have a lot of challenges. Some of you don't have any challenges, you're okay. And then when you go back to work, you have to start pumping your milk, yes, and you want to make sure that your milk is safe and good for your babies. Am I right? Of course, definitely. And then you want to store them well so that your baby can get to drink them in future, right? So first thing first, what is the things that you need to do? What are the things that you need to observe? The first is actually ensure hygiene. You must wash your hands. Remember, even before COVID, you must wash your hands before you handle your breast pump. Wash your hands with soap, with water. Remember to scrub it well. And then after that, you must ensure that your breast pump is hygienic as well. Your breast pump is clean. Yeah, at least once a day you have to sterilize your breast pump. And then while you're in your office after pumping, or while you're at home, it is true that you do not need to wash your breast pump after every pump, but you should try to wash your breast pump at least every 3 to 4 hourly, depending on how heavy your usage is and depending on the environment. Okay, so first thing first, ensure hygiene. Then our Malaysian Ministry of Health have actually given us a guideline. You know, this is from the Bahagian Pemakanan Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia, the Bahagian Pemakanan. They actually gave us a guideline, and this guideline, to make it easier for you to understand, I've broken it down. Number one is when it is in room temperature, in suhu bilik, in room temperature. And usually when we say room temperature, what does room temperature mean to you is different from what it means to me sometimes, okay? Like and in Malaysia it's a little bit warmer than usual, and it says that it's 4 hourly. In aircon temperature is 8 hours. That means your fresh breast milk, which you pump out and you leave it on the table. Let's assume you have fresh milk here, and then you pump out and you leave it on the table in room temperature with fan, 4 hours. It will last 4 hours. And then in an aircon environment, it will last 8 hours without putting into the fridge. Your milk is safe. Got it? Then the next thing that you should know is some mothers actually will actually put this milk into, after they have pumped out, maybe they are at home, even at home, or in the office, they pump up the milk and then they put it into a cooler bag. Most cooler bag can last 24 hours. Yeah, 24 hours. And the next thing is in a one-door fridge. One-door fridge is just one-door fridge. When you open the door, you see a freezer on top, and then you see the rest of the fridge at the bottom, right? This kind of one-door fridge, okay, it can last you 2 weeks. In the freezer compartment, 2 weeks. In the bottom compartment, the non-freezer compartment, the fridge compartment is actually 3 to 5 days. Are you getting that? Now, I hope at this point you're finding that my information is actually good to share. So I would like to remind you, yeah, because I would really love to get all this information out to more people. Do tag your friend, do share out, and remember to tag your friends as well. And to remind your friends that we do have a lucky draw, I hope that they have registered themselves. Okay, we have gifts to give away today. Definitely must go out. Okay. Okay. Zara, I will be answering your questions later on. Let me share first, and then I will answer your questions. Any one of you here? Then that is actually for the 1-door fridge. And then moving on, you will have a 2-door fridge. Freezer on top, fridge at the bottom. 2 doors, yeah, dua pintu, yeah. So that the guideline is on the top freezer 3 months. Your breast milk can last in the top freezer 3 months, and then at the bottom fridge 3 to 5 days. Okay, that's how that. And after that, we have something called the peti sejuk beku, or the deep freezer. It can be a chest freezer or an upright freezer, deep freezer. And usually deep freezer have a temperature of -18 to -20. The guideline say is 6 months. You put your milk there into the freezer, it will last you 6 months. Okay, so these are all the guidelines from room temperature right up to your deep freezer. Okay, you have 6 months. Now, if you don't have a sterilizer, how do you clean your breast pump? You don't need a sterilizer. That's the good news. Wash your breast pump, put it in, and then boil a pot of water, and then put your breast pump parts, the non-motorized part, not the electrical part, but your bottle, and then your flanges, and anything that could be sterilized or should be sterilized. Boil the water first. The water will be boiling, right? And then you turn off the fire. Then you put all the breast pumps inside, the breast pump parts inside, and soak it for at least 5 minutes. That's how you sterilize it. Now, if you are at work, all you need to do is sterilize your breast pump once a day. But if you are at work, after you have pumped, you don't actually need to sterilize your breast pump. You can actually put your breast pump, cover it, put it into a container, or put it into a Ziploc bag, and put it into your fridge or your cooler bag or your cooler box. And the reason why I suggest a cooler box instead of a fridge, especially now during COVID-19, now you really do not want to share a common fridge with everybody with your breast milk. So it's a good idea to put it into a cooler box or a cooler bag. Okay, so, and you don't really need to sterilize it while in the office. If you want to, you can boil hot water and you just pour hot water over your breast pump parts. I hope that answers your question, Nazara. So, in moving on, let's make it easier. Just now I've shared with you, wow, it's like 3 to 5 days, 4 to 5 hours, 8 hours. What it gets very, very complicated for a lot of people, and I find that it's complicated to share with a lot of people this also. So I like to tweak it a little bit. Okay, I like to tweak it a little bit to make it easier for everybody to understand and everybody to remember. I call this the 333 rules. Okay, so how long does fresh breast milk last? Making it easy for you is remembering Malaysia hot and humid weather. Hot and humid weather. This is the fridge. From the freezer, 3 months. In the fridge, 3 days. And outside in the room temperature, 3 hours. I call this the 333 rules. It's just a guideline. It's easy to remember. So after you have pumped your breast milk, fresh from the breast on your palm, you put it on a table, 3 hours. After 3 hours, if the milk is not used, put it into the fridge, 3 days. In the fridge, 3 days is not used, put it into the freezer, 3 months. And if you have a deep freezer, sometimes your deep freezer can take it up to 6 or even 12 months. Really, really depends. Okay. But then by the time, if you have a deep freezer and you can store your milk for so long, it means that your baby is much bigger. Your baby who is much bigger can actually consume milk that is actually older. So it is actually quite relaxed. Don't get too caught up into exactly the number of days, exactly the number of hours. So 333 rules is actually very easy to understand. How do I know whether breast milk has gone bad? That's something that we are concerned about. How do you know when milk has gone bad? Alright, so this is actually very interesting, very easy. Do what we call the smell and the taste test. Okay, milk, open it up, yeah, and you smell it. Now, milk that has gone bad, will smell horrible. If you don't know, what you can do is take 1 ounce of milk, your own breast milk, and decide to waste it. Okay, what you do is take 1 ounce of your breast milk, and then let it go to, you smell it first. Of course, your own fresh breast milk actually will smell sweet, will smell fresh. Then the next, after 2 hours, you smell it again. After 3 hours, you smell it again. After 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, when you smell it again, if it has gone bad, it smells. You definitely know it. It will smell. This is what we call the smell test. Okay? And you try to make sure that all your caregiver, your babysitter, the grandmas knows exactly how fresh breast milk smells like. Smells fresh. Or how bad breast milk smells like. And then you will, oh gosh. Now, when it smells fresh and sweet, you can also do a taste test. You can put it onto a spoon and taste it if you want to. I know some of you girly, you don't want to taste it. You feel like, I know some of you feel that way, but if you can taste it, that's what we call this. It's the best smell and taste test. Now, if you smell your milk and it smells so bad, you don't have to taste it, right? It has gone bad. And most of the time, bad breast milk, you will also see curdles inside. You'll see like a bit like 豆腐花 inside. You'll see things like solids inside that when you shake, it will not combine together. Then that has gone bad. Okay, so you have to ensure that teach everybody what bad milk smells like. Fair enough? Good, huh? Okay. So can I mix all this together for immediate consumption? Assuming you have morning milk, you have afternoon milk, you have night milk, and they're all three. If you want to feed your baby at night, let's say, and you have the morning milk and the afternoon milk in the fridge, let's say, all right, or maybe even outside on the table. Let's say you want to mix it all together, and then at night you want to give your baby the milk. So can you mix all these 3 milks together? Maybe you have only 1 ounce, 1 ounce, 1 ounce, but you want to make it all into one bottle of 3 ounce. Can you mix all this together? The rule is, if they are more than 3 hours apart, you do the smell and the taste test. Smells okay, tastes okay, go ahead and mix it together. No problem. Okay, but if it smells off, then don't mix it together. Yeah, so you have to educate yourself how fresh breast milk smells like. Good smell, sweet smelling, yes. So if there are less than 3 hours, definitely you can mix all of them together. Okay, the three different milk. Now, but what about for storage? Just now I mentioned this one, the one that I mentioned just one, was for immediate consumption for your baby. That means you can take it out of your fridge, you can take it out from the room temperature, or you can take it out from your cooler bag and mix it together. Immediate consumption, heat it up and just feed your baby, no problem. But what happens if it's not for immediate consumption, it's for putting it into the freezer, it's for storage? Then if it's more than 3 hours, again, if it's more than 3 hours apart, no. Okay, you don't mix it all together because they may have smelled bad. But if it's less than 3 hours, yes, you can mix it all together for storage. Okay, because you are talking about different temperature. I'm talking about the morning milk, afternoon milk, and night milk. But if let's say all these 3 milk, morning milk, afternoon milk, and night milk, is in the fridge already. If it's in the fridge, they're all the same temperature, they're all within the same day, yes, you can mix it all together. Does it make sense? Okay, I repeat myself. If they are different temperature, you cannot mix it together. If they are all in the same temperature, alright, you can mix it together even if it's more than 3 hours. Okay, so can I mix this together for more than 3 hours? Again, from room temperature to fridge, more than 3 hours, do the smell and taste test first. Make sure the one in the room temperature smells okay. If it smells okay for immediate consumption, sure, you can mix it together. But if it's for storage, alright, room temperature milk and fridge milk cannot be mixed together. What you must do is, you must put it together in the fridge first. You must put the room temperature milk into the fridge. Once they're at the same temperature, that means the fridge temperature, yes, you can mix it together. Make sense? Okay, alright. What about milk in the fridge and milk in the freezer? Can you mix together? You have milk in the freezer, frozen. You have milk in the fridge, not frozen. Can you mix this together? The answer is no. Okay, you cannot pour liquid milk onto frozen milk, because when you pour liquid milk onto frozen milk, you will actually warm up the frozen milk and you will change the temperature, and then bacteria can start growing. So no, cannot mix liquid milk with frozen milk. Very easy, this one. But what about mixing different days of milk together? Let's say I have Monday milk, Tuesday milk, and Wednesday milk. Can you mix all this together? What do you think? Yes. You can make 3 days of consecutive milk days together, or from the first milk to the third milk, alright, to the third bottle of milk, or from the first milk to the last bottle of milk, let's say you only have a few drops here, a few milliliter here and all that stuff, you want to mix all this together, from the first milk to the last milk that you want to mix together, they must be within 72 hours of each other. Okay, this makes sense, isn't it? Just like just now when you say morning milk, afternoon milk, night milk, can it be mixed together? For immediate consumption, yes, definitely. But for storage, you must make sure they are in the same temperature. Okay, yeah. How do you store breast milk? Just so I think I saw one of the questions. How do you store breast milk? You have to plan. You have to plan on how much milk you want to give to your baby. You have to plan on whether your baby can take so much milk around, and how much you have actually stored the breast milk in the freezer. That's why we always say don't store too much in the freezer, because your baby may not be able to finish your thawed milk. So how to thaw breast milk is, again, the reverse of the 3-3-3 rule. From freezer, you bring it out from the freezer, you bring it down to the fridge, it can last 3 days. From the fridge, you bring it up into the room temperature, don't warm it up yet, still cold, it can last 3 hours. Understand? So from freezer, bring it down, frozen, put it into the fridge, 3 days. Then you want to use it, then you take it out from the fridge, you put it onto the room temperature. Let's say you don't want to warm it up yet, it can remain there for 3 hours. Yeah. And to thaw, let's say your baby is really urgent, want to drink milk. What happens? Your baby wants to drink milk, but you only have frozen milk, so you want to fast thaw it. For fast thawing, you can rendam, you can bathe this packet of milk into a bowl of lukewarm water or normal tap water, not warm water, not hot water. So using tap water is the best. Tap water from the tap, you just put it into a bowl of water so that the temperature doesn't change too much. Then only you warm it up. Okay, so remember, warming up milk, you cannot put it over the fire, not just like what is in the picture, and you cannot warm it up in a microwave. Okay, makes sense, isn't it? How do you warm up breast milk then? You warm up breast milk either in a warmer or in a pot or a bowl of hot water. Usually the agak-agak, the hot water should not be boiling hot water. It should be about 70 degrees. So the water from a flask can, no problem. But what happens if you accidentally warm up milk in hot water, boiling hot water? Don't worry, it's okay. It's really okay. Just sometimes 1 or 2 times that you keep doing it, even 3 or 4 times you do it, don't worry about it. It's totally okay. Relax. Alright? Because the nutrient loss of overheating your milk is actually very little. Your breast milk is still the best for your baby. The breast milk is still wonderful for your baby. So relax, okay? But what I'm sharing with you is what we call best practices. Just best practices only, okay? So this is how you warm up your milk, Okay. How long can warm breast milk last? This is the question that I'm going to answer one of the mommy here. This is what the mommy, just now I saw her asking the question. So if it's in the warmer and baby has not touched the milk at all, baby just in a warmer, hasn't touched the teat, alright? You haven't put it onto the baby's lips at all, then it's 2 hours. Alright, 2 hours. But if the baby has touched the teat, and then you just touch the teat to the lips, and then the baby don't want, the baby continue to sleep, then it can last only 1 hour. Because anything that touched the tip already, bacteria is transferred, and it can start to grow. So just to be safe, 1 hour, as long as the tip has been touched. I hope that answers your question. This is okay. Okay. Now the slides, Shalini, the wonderful thing about FB Live here, about having this recording, is recorded. So you can watch it over and over and over again. You can watch it over again. I think so lah. That's how usually. But then if you can't find it again, don't worry. The information is available very easily. Okay, you can ask me again another time. But the slides that I'm giving you, it's not new. It's not new, as in the information is not new. It's just that these are the slides that I set up myself. But I believe that the recording can be there. I'm not so sure about that, but I think it's true. It remains on Facebook for as long as Facebook is alive, I think. Okay, or unless we decide to change to a better slides, Okay, so which EBM should I give first? If baby is sick, EBM stands for express breast milk. Which express breast milk should I give first? I pump. I got so much, right? I got so much in the freezer, I got so much in the fridge, I got so much in my in room temperature maybe. Now, if your baby is sick, the best is just to direct latch. And if your baby is sick, you cannot direct latch, the best is to give the freshly pumped milk first. So if you can, pump now, give to your baby immediately, because that your milk changes according to baby's need, and your body recognize when baby is sick. You know, even if you're not direct latching, it's a good idea to give the freshest milk possible. So pump now and feed to your baby if that is possible. Now, if not, then you will do what we call the first in first out method. That means that you give the baby the earliest milk first, the milk that you pump earlier. You finish those stocks first. Slowly you work your way down to the newer stock. That means the older milk you give first. Now, if you have plenty of milk, that means it's like no matter how you give also, there's still a lot in the freezer. Then suggestion is to give 50% old milk and 50% fresh milk. When I say old milk, I don't mean bad milk. Okay, be careful about that. Old milk means milk that you have pumped much earlier. It could be days earlier, or it can be even months earlier. Okay, so first in first out is a guideline, but you have plenty of milk, 50% older milk and 50% freshly pumped milk. You can mix it together. Make sense? Good, thank you. So let's talk about transporting breast milk. Okay, let me see some of the questions that I may have. Okay, but at the moment things are working out well. Yeah, do share this Facebook Live with your friends, because sometimes your friends may have some questions that they want to ask, because I only answer question that has been asked live here, just in case I only want to answer question that has been asked live here, because I can't, after the live has ended, I can't be going in and just looking through your questions. So if your friends may have some questions that they want to ask me. Okay, we're going to talk about transporting breast milk very soon, but as promised, we want to do a round of lucky draw. Are you ready for it? Lucky draw. And what we have today, this is something from Coleman Malaysia. This is, can you guess what it is? Yeah, it's actually it's called a paddle jumper. Okay, and I'm going to read out to you. It's called the original paddle jumper. It's a life jacket for your baby. It's a life jacket for your baby. You know, swimming, when your baby goes swimming, you go boating, or you go camping. When you go camping and you want to allow your baby to run free and there's a river nearby, it's a good idea to get this. Yeah, so that your baby, if she jumps in the river, you know, she's so excited she jumps into the river, this you rest assured that this is something that we want to give away. And the winner is okay, let's see where's the winner. Alright, okay, you have to answer me by saying yes, I won. Okay, or yes, I'm the winner, or yes, thank you Coleman, I'm the winner. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's see. I don't have any more young babies, more little babies. So cute. Okay, let's see who's the winner here. And congratulations to, are you ready? It starts with a Z. Her name starts with a Z. And then she has 3 names surname. And her surname is Poo, Zoe Poo. Are you around, Zoe Poo? Z-O-E-P-O-O, Zoe Poo. Let's see, Zoe Poo. How many do we have to give away? This one. Zoe Poo. Yes, you won. I'm sure you won. But then we are choosing one winner, and the lucky winner is Zoe Poo. I'm just going to give Zoe Poo another 30 seconds to reply. Zoe, are you around? Zoe, if you're... Joseph... No. Your name must be called. And then if you're around, Zoe, you have to reply, yes, I won. Thank you, Coleman. Let's see. Zoe, are you around? I'm still waiting for her name. So if she is not, I'm just going to count down. Just gonna ask my friends here. Did Zoe reply yet? Has Zoe replied? Zoe Poo? Okay, mummies and daddies who are watching with us, actually the lucky draw works like this. You have to actually register yourself with Coleman, and once you have registered, and then we are actually drawing the name randomly. Okay, and the first name that was drawn is Zoe Poo. And Zoe Poo has to reply, yes, I won, thank you, Coleman. Then the prize it's yours. But if Zoe Poo is not here, then we will move on lah. Zoe Poo is not here, am I right? Have you checked? No, Zoe Poo is not here. So let's see who is. No, Chui Ying, it doesn't work that way. Zoe Poo is the only one who should have to write yes, I want, thank you, Coleman. Because we draw her name, ZOEPOO, Zoe Poo, we have drawn your name. So we are going to move on. Zoe Poo has not replied. We are going to move on to draw another person's name. This name is drawn randomly by a random selector. And the second winner, the next winner, since Zoe Poo is not around, is Michelle Wei. Michelle Wei, MICHELLEWEI. Michelle Wei, are you around? Oh, Michelle, hold on, sorry. Chui Ying says that she is Zoe Poo. Okay, well, Chui Ying, you know that we have to search out your name, we have to verify your name, okay? We have to verify whether you're really Zoe Poo or not. And I do not know how to verify it or how, when you sign up, did you sign up with, so we're gonna check with Coleman. Send a message to Coleman. Can you send? Okay, we will keep Zoe Poo's name here temporarily until we can verify Chui Ying's name. Okay, Chui Ying as Zoe Poo. So we will continue next. Is there another draw that we are gonna draw? Yes, right? Alright, so because we have drawn Michelle Wei's name, okay, we will give away Michelle Wei. Michelle, are you around? Michelle Wei, I'm going to announce what are the prize that you have won. Michelle, the prize, yeah, if Michelle reply to us, we're going to share with her and we'll tell her what she has won. What has Michelle won? Okay, Chui Ying, we will check with you. We will check with Coleman. And congratulations to Zoe Poo. Congratulations, Chui Ying. You are Zoe Poo. I believe you. Okay, congratulations. You have won a beautiful life jacket for your wonderful baby. Okay, thanks. Okay, Michelle Wei, because we have called out her name, and I just want to be fair to Michelle Wei. If she reply within the next 30 seconds, yeah. Michelle Wei, are you around? Michelle Wei. Okay. We have another prize to give away. Otherwise, yes, I want to continue, I want to continue with the transporting of breast milk. Okay, I guess we will continue. Alright, to transport breast milk, most of the time what happens, transporting breast milk is obviously for mothers who have to leave home to go to work, and then most of the time you will have to start from the home in the morning, and then in the morning when you leave home, you go to work, you will have to go to a babysitter, right? So there's one round of transport from your home to the babysitter. You want to transport your milk to the babysitter, and then you go to work, and then from your work you pump, you have a lot of milk, you put it into a cooler bag, all right, and then you go home. So there's another round of transporting your milk. Now I know some people say that, oh, it's okay, I'll just put the milk into a plastic bag. I'm going to put the milk into a plastic bag and then just take to the babysitter's house, or from the workplace I'll just put it into a bag and go to home. I would not recommend that, because what happens if there's a traffic jam, and it has happened to some of my friends, some of my clients as well, you know, that a 10-minute trip ended up into a 3 hours nightmare, and there is it, their milk, they're so worried about their milk, you know what happened to their milk. So my recommendation to you is, when you have to transport your breast milk from your home to your babysitter, unless your babysitter is actually very, very, very close by then it makes sense okay, that you can just use whatever container, use whatever basket or whatever bag that you have to transport. But otherwise, my suggestion to you is use a cooler bag. Okay, so use a cooler bag, and of course I would suggest you, honestly, since my time, my youngest son is already 18 years old. I've been using Coleman cooler bags and Coleman cooler boxes. So really, really highly suggest that you use a cooler bag for this purpose. Okay, so that's the one. Then You go to work, you pump your milk. You spend about 8 hours at work, am I right? And most of the time, most of mothers will pump at least 3 times at work. They will pump around 10 o'clock sometimes, 10 o'clock, around 1 o'clock, and around 4 o'clock. This is the general, what mothers in the workforce, mothers that go to work usually do lah. They pump at 10 o'clock, they pump at 1 o'clock, they pump at 4 o'clock, agak-agak lah, huh? And then once they pump their milk, some of them actually put their milk into a fridge, right? And we actually recommend, especially now with COVID and all stuff, everybody wants to take precaution, everybody wants to be careful. I will highly recommend you to have what we call your personalized cooler box. Okay, your personalized cooler box. And this is what I recommend. This cooler box actually is not too big. I particularly like it, and I just wanted to show it to you if I can. All right. I wonder if I can show it to you, my cooler box. Is it possible? That this cooler box. I hope that is the camera working. Go to the camera. Okay, it's a bit high, but I enjoy it. I like it because, and I actually talk to them about it. You know, it's high enough. Yeah, let's see. Okay, it's high. Yeah, it's this high, and it's high in. It's not too high, but it's good size enough to put under my working desk. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if you can see, so that because sometimes on the slide, what you can see on the slide and what you can see in real life is maybe a little bit different. So if you can look at the screen with me. Yeah. Okay. So some of you have actually caught an image of it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I caught an image. So this is how it is, and this is like your own personalized fridge. Okay, it's like your own personalized fridge. Of course, you need to put some ice packs in it. Okay, you do need to put some ice packs in it if you can. Put it under your table, and it's compact enough. It's small enough. You know, it's compact enough to put under your table with some ice packs inside. And after pumping, you can even put your entire pump into the cooler box, and nobody is going to disturb your pump. Nobody is going to disturb your breast milk. I think that in this situation, I think that's quite important. So do invest in a good cooler box. And I have to say this because I've actually I've experienced using a few cooler box, that not all cooler box are created equal. Okay, and I totally trust the brand name Coleman. So I hope you give this you look at it. You can even go to some of the stores and check it out and see how solid it is. And another good thing about it is it's actually highly portable. It's lightweight, and you can actually move it around. Okay, and once you finish pumping, you can use this cooler box for other things. Okay, I have a Coleman cooler box, and I had it for I think it's close to 20 years. I had that cooler box. Yeah, about 18 years. For as long, yeah, my youngest baby is 18 years old now. Alright, so put it into a cooler box. It can last you 1 day with good ice packs. Then from your workplace, you go home. When you go home, you travel home. Please consider use a good cooler bag, because a lot of things can happen. I know, like a friend of mine, a 10 minutes trip becomes a 3 hours nightmare. She was so worried about her breast milk. Another person that I know actually takes a public transport home, and then taking public transport home, and suddenly one day the train broke down. The train actually just stopped in the tracks, and they were all trapped in a train tracks, and it took her goodness know how many hours to get home. So that's another nightmare. So do invest in a good cooler bag. And again, this is something that I firmly believe, not all cooler bags are created equal. Some cooler bags are definitely better than others. Okay, and of course I recommend the brand Coleman. And I also strongly recommend a knapsack bag lah. It's easier for mothers to travel, and it's big enough. So, and you could put your whole pump parts inside, your whole. So you could actually definitely will love it as much as I love it. Okay, now for those of you who are traveling outstation or overseas, same thing. You go from KL, you want to go to Penang, or from Johor, you want to go to KL or Malacca, or you are spending at least 1.5 to 2 hours in traveling. Yeah. First of all, wherever you're going, if you're going and you have to transport your breast milk to another state or to another country, or you are going for a holiday, as much as possible, freeze your breast milk as soon as possible. If let's say you're traveling in Europe, for example, and you have to pump your milk, okay? So that day you pump your milk already, you put your freshly pumped milk into a cooler bag. Then after putting your fresh milk into a cooler bag, you go to the hotel. Of course, you have to make arrangement with the hotel. Ask if you can use their freezer. Most hotels actually allows that nowadays lah. I'm not very sure, but I've heard from a lot of friends that they can do that. I put it into a freezer and freeze it as soon as possible. And if you are changing hotel, make sure you pack all your breast milk. Usually you pack it with newspapers, and you pack it with ice packs, or you know those ice that got smoke on. Dry ice. You ask the hotel whether they could provide you with dry ice or not. Put it into a cooler box. Get a nice compact cooler box. Again, I recommend Coleman, of course. And then you travel with it. And the wonderful thing about Coleman, I think they have one that got wheels also. I'm not so sure. I've seen it lah. Okay, they have wheels, and maybe you can consider that. So freeze your breast milk and then travel with it. Take it with you anywhere that you can. In a cooler box and also a cooler bag. So traveling, cooler box and cooler bag is necessary. Along the way, make sure you find out where to get ice and where to get, if possible, dry ice. Yeah, that will actually help to keep your milk. I know of somebody who is actually air stewardess. She actually, when she leaves home, she's actually for a week, 10 days sometimes, okay, and she's able to pump and keep her breast milk into a cooler box, freeze it, and then she brings home everything to Malaysia. Because she has to work so many days away from her baby, so she continues to pump and she continues to provide her baby with her breast milk. Now, I've also know of mothers who work overseas, like mothers who work in Singapore, and they send their milk back to Malaysia, and that's what they do as well. They pump their breast milk in Singapore, and then they freeze it, and then they put it into a cooler box, and then after that they just get a transporter to send it back to Malaysia. So you can do that. Invest in a good cooler box. Yeah, very important, because these are your breast milk that we are talking about. These are your precious breast milk that we are talking about. Yes. Okay. So how are you feeling? Okay, let me look at some questions first before I go into the common products. Yeah. All right. Let me see some of the questions first. Just now, yeah. Continue to ask your questions. That I'll be able to answer you. Yeah. Okay, again, I want to say congratulations to Chui Ying. You are Zoe Crew. That's already good. Okay. Okay, I have this mother here called Bunga Wangi. You have a question. When you store your breast milk in the chiller, there'll be layer of fat and layer of chai. Yes, can you pour into the feeding bottle the upper layer without taking care of? Yes, I do get your questions. Bunga Wangi, what a very unique name. Now, your breast milk is one milk. Breast milk is just breast milk. Okay, when it's in your breast and you direct feed your baby lah, let's say, you direct breast, you have no choice whether your baby get the top milk or the bottom milk, correct? Because it's all mixed up. But when you pump it out, yes, it separates. It separates your the top layer become like a fatty layer here, and then a very watery layer here, correct? So this top layer is the fatty part. This bottom part is the watery part. Now this watery part, breast milk contains more than 80% water. Okay, 80% air ya. And jikalau kamu separatekan ya, your baby may not get the total goodness. You see, God is wonderful. When God makes breast milk, God makes it complete. Okay, when you pump it out, yes, it's separate because that's how nature works, all right? The fat rise to the top, the water is still down there. It's normal, it's natural. And if you only give the top part to your baby, yeah, your baby gets a lot of fats. It's good, you think it's good, but your baby also need the bottom layer for healthy development. There's a lot of nutrients that is at the bottom layer. So why would you want to just give the top layer without giving the bottom layer? Yeah, then you'll be like playing God, because there is a reason why the top and the bottom layer, the whole thing is called breast milk. There's a reason why it's like that. It's the composition is like that. All right. So I would strongly advise you not to do that, not to separate it, but to give everything to your baby, unless of course very unique situation. Actually, there's no very rare such situation where the doctor say that your baby may not be putting on weight very well, then you want to give fattier milk, but that's very rare. And in fact, I will strongly encourage you, please don't play God. Please just give everything to your baby, because this is what your baby needs. Your baby needs both the lower layer and the upper layer. I hope you understand that, Bunga Wangi. Yeah. All right. So Agnes Chow, yes. After I believe you are referring to the box. After that, you can use it to go camping. I just want to show it to you again. All right. Some of you have asked. This is the box that I'm recommending. It is about this height. You can see from the table, it's about this height. It's about, yeah, when it's actually shorter than me. So it's compact. Do you see how compact it is? Yeah, it's very compact, and you can put it under your desk. I think that's what I like about it. And what I like about this is, if you open it up, you know, a lot of cooler box has a lot of edges and all the stuff, and sometimes it's very difficult to put things, right? So if you can see, there's no edges in here, no compartment, which is actually very good, because you can put your entire breast pump inside. Some of you have high breast pump, some of you have bigger flange breast pump, so this actually can put your whole breast pump inside, and you can put your breast milk bottle inside. Okay, and of course, yes, you do need to put ice packs. And this box actually, when you put with the ice packs inside, can last you 1 day, 24 hours. Okay, so this is the compact one which I like. But there's another one that I also like, because some people actually have bigger pumps because of the bigger flesh, and some people have extra pump. So what I would actually recommend you, if you have the space for it in your office, this is for office use, but it's also for house use. Okay, how is it for house use? Some mothers actually pump at night, in the middle of the night, and then after they pump, they wake their husband up to put their milk into the fridge. They just say, darling, wake up, please put the bottle in the fridge. You don't have to do that, please lah, have some mercy, let your husband sleep, put the ice box in your room. Okay, this ice box in your room, and this you see, it opens up this way. Alright, put the ice box in your room if you have that space. And another thing about it is, again, I want to show you that it doesn't have all the coke places. It's just a nice clean empty box, and with ice packs inside in your room. Just open it up, put it into the box at night, and then the next day it's still good. It's still good, and you don't have to worry about whether your milk is okay or not, whether you have oversleep or not, and it's still good. And you can just, after that, from here, transfer it into your fridge. I think this is also quite a compact size, and some mothers actually like this because they prefer this in their office as well, because it has a good space. They can even put their lunch inside. You have to put your cold salad or your cold drinks inside it. I think it's pretty awesome. Okay, so and what you can do is you need to use ice packs, isn't it? So the ice packs, at the end of the day, you take out your ice packs, you put it into your office freezer lah. Okay, you put your ice pack into your office freezer. After putting it in your office freezer, the next day you wash it and put it back into your box. Good idea, isn't it? Okay, I think that's really good. Okay, yes. So after you have stopped breastfeeding, after you have finished completely your last baby, you can use that for your camping. I actually have a Coleman box that has been with me for 18 years. Still using it. I know Coleman is like, you keep the ice box for so long, buy another one lah. I love my Coleman box, so no need to buy lah. Okay, I actually feel like buying another one. Okay, I want to, okay, just now I answer Bunga Wangi, yes. Okay, let's see the next one. Hi Irene Yanfei. Irene, you have a question. If your frozen milk becomes 70% melted, okay, Irene, the thing is, if there's still some ice particles, or if you still some ice solids in your breast milk, it thawed and then you can still feel the ice solid inside, the general guideline is yes, you can refreeze it. If your baby is older, that means if your baby is above 3 to 6 months old, and your baby is not a premature baby, the baby is a full-term baby, then yes, you can refreeze it. But before you feed it to your baby in future, when you need to use it again, before you feed it to your baby, always make sure you do the smell and the taste test. It's true that your breast milk can actually last quite a long time, you know. Alright, so I want, for those of you who has been with me, I just want to ask you, I'm just going to ask you a question, and the first three person who answer this question, you will get, I have something to give away. How many of you have heard of my class called Inner Talk class? The next Inner Talk class is tomorrow on 20th of September between 8 to 11:59. Okay, it's a recorded class. It's worth 30 ringgit. Inner Talk. I'll answer this question. The first three person who answer it correctly, okay, will get a free entrance to my Inner Talk class. Okay, and what is that question? Are you ready? Okay. How long does breast milk last after baby has touched the teat? How long does warm breast milk last after the baby has touched the teat? What's the answer? The first three questions who answer it, you get to win, okay, a ticket to my Inner Talk class. Okay, we'll wait for a while. We wait for the answer. All right. Okay, Amy, you're working as sales and an outdoor most of the time. You're currently using the Coleman cooler box 12 hours as your mobile freezer. Maybe next time. Oh yeah. Amy, do consider that. Yeah, you're currently using the Coleman bag, right? And then the hard cooler, this hard cooler. Actually, yes, worth considering. Very, very good investment. Okay, a lot of you actually say you can't see me just now because we were playing around. Okay, trying to see hide and seek. So you found me. Okay. Now, Yanling, yes, put the used palm without washing. You can actually put remember the 3-3-3 rules. Once fresh milk can last in room temperature for 3 hours, in the fridge for 3 days, in a cooler box for how many? For 1 day, isn't it? So if you use the palm, after using the palm, it's just your breast milk, You put it into a cooler box without washing, it can actually last you for 1 day. You can use it the whole time while you are working without washing your breast pump. And then the next time, most mothers pump at what time? 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, right? So you pump at 10 o'clock, you put it into the cooler box, and then at 1 o'clock you take it out and you pump it again. Okay, that's what you can do. But if you don't feel comfortable with this, you can actually just rinse it with hot water, and then you can use the pump again. Okay, that makes sense? Yeah. Alright. Yeah, if you can't wash anything, everything you put into the cooler bag, but you can actually use it. Cooler bags can last up to 12 hours. Cooler box can last one day, one whole day, Yeah. Irene, you're one of the mothers who pump milk in Singapore and send back to Malaysia. How did you do it during COVID? I'm so amazed, yeah. A lot of people actually have done it. They continue to pump their milk, and then after that, they send their milk back to Malaysia. Congratulations on doing that, Irene. So you put the bundles of milk into a styrofoam box. How long can styrofoam box last? Now this is actually something that I've asked before as well. Styrofoam box actually don't last that long, and sometimes it gets punctured. It has happened to a friend of mine before. They actually put the styrofoam, and they even actually shrink wrap the styrofoam box, and because of the handling, it got punctured. And when it got punctured, okay, some of the breast milk was still safe, but you can actually feel that it's not as frozen as before. It's still not as cold as before. So I think it's okay, but it may not last that long. Just be careful with styrofoam boxes. Okay, yeah, you can do that. Yes, of course, definitely you can do that, but you still have to make sure that you take all precaution. Okay, how many ice packs do you put inside the chiller box? Okay, this is a question, very good question, and I believe I have the answer. I'm going to show you a slide of my answer. Okay, where is my slide? With all the cooler box and all. Okay, I will need some help here. Where is the slide for the how many ice packs I put in? Okay, so this is, okay, I'm going to show you the common products here. The soft cooler, this is how it looks like. Okay, and it's very easy to carry. Yes, do you see this? Yeah, you can put up to 16 cans. I'm talking about 16 of the small cans. Yeah, it looks something like this. It's so light, I can lift it with one one finger, my little finger. Okay, and it looks like this. It's actually selling for 145.53. Is that the original price? No, right? I think the original price is a lot higher than that, but today only, today only. I'm not sure when this offer is going to end, but I believe in the next let me find out when the offer is going to end. I'm going to tell you. Now it's already 10:02. It's going to end at 11:59. Okay, this offer is going to land, and this is a good 20% discount just for today's talk only. Yeah, a good 23%. And I've learned that Coleman don't really give discounts. Okay, so we do take this opportunity. So it looks like this, and inside is padded. It's nicely padded. And how many packets of ice packs do you can you put in to make it last 12 hours? It's actually here, you can see here, ice packs here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and on top one. So about 4 ice packs should do the job. But I am actually, this is what most people are doing, but most of the time, yes, you can actually use about 4 ice packs, and 4 ice packs is good enough for this. Okay, this is the soft one. This is the one that I'm showing you, right? But the one that I really like, this is the one that I recommend that you use to go to your babysitter's house for short trips, for small portion. But for you to bring home your to and fro your breast pump, I actually rather recommend you this is the same thing. This one on the screen is actually the soft cooler as well. It looks like that. Okay, the weight is approximately only 0.7 kg. And this one, the original price is 139, and today is at 107. It's more than 30 over ringgit discounts, yeah. And as I mentioned, Coleman hardly give any discount, and it looks so cute. It looks like this. Okay, I like this. Actually, I like the denim one a lot as well. But this one is so cool. This one is very sleek, lah. Okay, again, packet here. There's some good, yeah. So, and it's selling for 107 ringgit today, 107 and 03 cents. And it's another good 20% discount. Okay, look at this. But I'm looking at this. I'm sure all of you have different ideas than me, but I like the first one that I show you. I think both equally nice. But I actually looked through all the common products, and I've understood mothers' needs. And I've actually observed how some mothers have to travel to and fro work. I actually rather introduce to you the knapsack, the backpack as well, because the backpack is like this. Yeah, look at this, and inside is very, very spacious, really big enough for you to actually pack your breast pump inside, because I know some mothers actually ask me how to put everything in one, and then if you have to travel on the LRT, is good. All right, so very, very spacious, very good. And it costs actually the original cost is let me check here, is as on the screen is actually 279. Originally it's cost 279, and now today until 11:59 today you can get it for 214. It's a lot cheaper than my handbag, and it's so much more useful than my handbag. Okay, this is something that I think definitely most of you will like, because even when you're no longer breastfeeding, remember your children are growing up, and when your children grows up and they go out with you, you need to pack Sometimes you may need to pack their food, and you need to pack their apples and oranges, or even banana for a day trip out. This is going to be very useful. In fact, Coleman has been known to last for a very, very long time. This is something that you really want. So I really hope that you look at it. And why am I sharing all this with you is because a lot of people has actually asked me, how do I travel with that? How do I pack my bag? How do I do this? How do I do that? So, you know, I feel that this is actually an easy solution for most mothers. Okay, so for most mothers, this is an easy solution. This is a solution that I recommend. And this is a brand that I trust. Yeah, I've used it before. Alright. Okay, so Stella, how to gauge, although we may say that just put 4 ice packs inside, but sometimes, depending on how far you have to travel, especially if you are just traveling from work back home, you may not even need to put any ice packs, because your milk is already in your ice box. Remember, in your work office, your milk is already in your ice box and it's already cold. So you put it into your cooler bag. In your cooler bag, you don't really need to put any ice pack, so it's not so heavy when you're going home. By the time you reach home, it's still cold. It's still chill, or we call it chill. It's still chill, and you just transfer it into your fridge, and that's totally fine. So you do not really need to use ice packs, or the boxes, the ice what do you call the ice packs? You don't really need to use it in your cooler bag, because you are putting it from your cooler box into the cooler bag, and then from the cooler bag into your fridge. And most of the time, even without ice packs, you will last about 2 to 3 hours. So from your office back home, actually more than that, about 4 hours also can. You don't need an ice packs for that. Okay, so that I hope it helps. But you definitely need an ice pack in your cooler box while you're in your office, because you're in your office for 8 hours. You want to put it into your box. Got it? Yeah. So, Pig Yen is useful. No need to buy a small freezer to put. Yeah, you don't need a small freezer. Small freezer eat up electricity, and you just need a box. And this box is very versatile. Next time your baby is big already, you can just change it. Yeah. Okay, and the 3 winners. Yeah. I say the 3 first name, right? The 3 one, okay? According to what I have here, and I want to just clarify with my team here to make sure that I got the name right. The first 3 winners is Yi Hui. Yes, Yi Hui. Congratulations, Yi Hui. And Esther To. Yes, you got the answer correct. And Cindy Hao. 3 of you. Okay, Yi Hui, Esther To, and Cindy Hao. You got the answer correct. Yes. Breast milk, once warm up, can last 1 hour once the baby has touched the tip. Okay, congratulations. I hope that you will be able to attend my inner talk. And if you have already attended it, don't worry, you can always pass this ticket on to your friend of you. Give it to your friend of yours. Okay, so congratulations, Yu Hui, Esther To, and Cindy Hao. 1 hour, yeah. All right. Thank you for all your answers. Thank you for your participation. Okay, yeah, Yvonne, cannot store it again after the baby has touched the tip. Don't store it again, yeah. Okay, let's see if I have another question. Thank you so much for all those of you who are participating. Just give me another minute, and we will be doing another lucky draw. Okay, we will be doing another lucky draw. Are you ready for another lucky draw now? This is how it works again now for mummies and daddies. Okay, we are going to take the name that you have registered with Coleman. We are going to run through a random drawer, and then once the name is out, I will announce your name, and you have to respond. You have to respond and say that I'm here, I'm watching this live, right? So you have to respond by saying, yes, I won, thank you, Coleman. Can you do that? Yes, I won, thank you, Coleman. Okay, only the person who wins, yeah. So let's see. Okay. Ding 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 ding. All right, and the winner is this is a very common name, but I think this person who hear her name will be very happy. Miss Pang. Which Miss Pang? There's so many Pang there. P-A-N-G, Pang. And her name is Yan Ling. Pang Yan Ling. Yeah, congratulations, Miss Pang Yan Ling. Okay, let's see whether Pang Yan Ling actually respond or not. I think I saw her name just now. Yes, Yanling, congratulations. Yes, you won. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, I'm so happy that you won also. Okay, are you happy? Yes. Yeah. What did they win? What did Yanling win? Where is that again? These again, this cute little thing that you can let your little one wear. Okay, so this is the life jacket for your little one. So cute, Okay, this is really nice. Okay, so somebody asked how to purchase. Okay, Coleman is going to put a link there again. It's going to put a link. Just look at the link and then you can purchase it. Yes, there is a promo code CM Gina. Okay, CM stands for Coleman, and Gina. That's me, Gina. Okay. Alright. Yeah, thank congratulations. Okay, promo code is invalid. Don't worry, we will sort it out. Okay, so you have until 11:59 tonight to purchase it at this discount, at this price that is on the screen here. And I want to tell you again, I know because I bought a few of Coleman things before myself. They hardly give discounts and it's never so high. Okay, so do take advantage of this. All right, wonderful. Let's see. Now okay, I'm here to continue to share with you any questions, to answer any of your questions. So do ask questions if you have any questions. It can be on breast milk storage, it can be on breastfeeding itself, it can be on anything. The breast milk storage, on breastfeeding, it can be on parenting, it can be anything at all. I'm here. If I can answer you, I will answer you. Not on politics. I do not know much about politics. But the politics of breastfeeding, yes, I do know some of it. The politics of breastfeeding, why breastfeeding is important, yes. Okay. If I have missed out, and it's possible because I've been talking and the comments has just been running. If I've missed out on any of your questions, please ask it again. Okay, just ask it again because I'm looking at it now. And then yeah, so while we are waiting for any comments to come in, let me see if I can bring you back to my slides because I have other things to share with you, if I may. Yeah, where is my slide? Okay, so this is the bag that I told you that I like, right? Yeah, I actually do like this bag. Yeah, I do like this bag, so you should consider it. And Softman Cooler have a lot of this. Now, I want to talk to you about the hard cooler box because there's a question here. Is like how do we do how do we get the hard cooler box? Again, it costs 249 ringgit for this the tall one, the slim compact one that I'm talking to you. I told you about the slim compact one that I really highly recommend you for your office use. So much easier. You don't even have to go and buy a fridge for your office. Okay, this is the one, 249, and today only until 11:59, the price today after the discount will be 191. Wow, really? 191. That's a very good price leh. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is 191 tonight until 11:59. Yeah. Okay. And this 200, from 249 to 191. That's actually very good. And this one, the big one that if you have the space for it, it actually costs 279. And this is bigger one because it can actually stack 48 cans. Yeah. And for those of you mommy and daddies, you have young children, first use it for your breast milk, yes, but later on it's very, very useful as during birthdays, especially during birthdays. And today only is 214. I think that's really a very good price. Okay. And I forgot to mention it, flat top. This is how it looks like. Okay, flat top. So during picnics you can actually get your children to sit next to it, makan out of it, or even to use it as a chair. It's actually solid enough. It's actually very solid. And I don't know why. It's quite light, but it's so solid. Okay. Well, they are the best at what they do, so definitely wonderful. I just try to remind you, for those of you who are with us here while I'm waiting for some questions, I just like to remind you that Coleman has a Coleman family camp. open October, November, December, all of you definitely need a holiday. A lot of you, because you have been working so hard. So please do consider going to the camp. Okay. So I see a question here, and let me read the question out. Okay. Okay. Here. This is Christy. Hi, Christy. You're expecting your firstborn, hearing lots of horror stories. Oh, sorry, Christy. Where were you hearing all these horror stories? Yeah, you see, horror stories is usually told by moms who have not been very successful. So do surround yourself with mothers who have successfully breastfed. For example, do join the TBAN breastfeeding. TBAN stands for the Breastfeeding Advocates Network. I'm the founder of that group. Lots of mothers there, lots of positive people there, lots of mothers who have successfully breastfed. And when you ask questions there, to prepare yourself, you have to ask questions. You have to learn a lot about breastfeeding. As much as possible, you can learn about breastfeeding there, and then people will support you. And the next thing that you have to do is actually to arm yourself with knowledge and information, because when you know the correct knowledge, you know the correct science, the correct information on breastfeeding, then you're not so fearful, you're not so scared. So very important, if I would tell you, if you have not already done so, please attend a breastfeeding class. Please attend my breastfeeding class. Okay, my breastfeeding class is available now online. It's available recorded or live. Recorded means that you can watch it anytime, and live is when I speak live like now. Okay, you can watch it as well. So you have two choices. Or if you do not want to attend a breastfeeding class, which of course I strongly recommend, go to TBAN and learn up as much as you can. There's a lot of information there. There's a lot of files there that you can look through. Yeah, so please do not listen to the horror stories. Alright, there are horror stories because this mother had horrible experience, and I'm so sorry that they had horrible experience, but we can help you to have a better experience. Yeah, their stories do not need to be your story. Okay. Hi, Yi King. If you dilate latch, how can you start pumping? Okay. It depends. If your baby, how old is your baby? It depends on how old your baby is, but most of the time we advise mothers who wants to go back to work to start pumping only around week 2 or week 3 after the baby is born. So when your baby, I'm just going to pretend that your baby is about 2 weeks old or newborn. All right. So when your baby is about 2 weeks old, you can start direct latching. Of course, it's very important. Just direct latch your baby, and after every direct latching session, you pump for 10 minutes just to stimulate the supply. That's all. Then around week 3 or week 4, you can actually replace one of the direct latching session with a bottle feeding session. So when you bottle feed your baby, you pump a full 20 to 30 minutes. We call it a full pumping session. So pumping ways, there are many pumping ways. You have to try different ways. There's no specific way to do it, but most mothers will pump with a double electrical pump. They pump, and then they pump for 10 minutes, then they hand massage for 5 minutes. For 2 minutes, then they pump again for another 10 minutes. So about 10 to 30 minutes lah, agak-agak lah. Most of the time 20 minutes will do it lah. Okay, that's called a full pumping session. And then whatever you pump, it goes into your freezer. So that's how you start building a supply. But around week 2, when you pump, that's not for your baby to drink. It's to build a stash. That means after every direct latching, you just pump for about 10 minutes. Okay. And if you haven't already done so, it's really not too late. You can attend a breastfeeding class. Okay. Is there any additional charge if shipped to Kuching? Yeah, Jonathan. Yes, I believe there will be, and do get in touch with Coleman, and Coleman will answer you directly. Okay. The promo code, is it still valid? Because some people have actually, okay, yes, it is valid. Go ahead. Now, before we end, we still have a little bit of time together. I just want to show you something that I believe that is quite important, and a lot of mothers need to know about it. Is when you have a bottle, you put it into your cooler box, and then from your cooler box into your cooler bag, and then you go home, right? Once you go home, how do you manage this? Now, you can put the entire bottle into the freezer, no problem. But some people actually prefers to transport or to transfer it into what we call a milk bag. Okay, so with your milk bag, can you see this? Can you see? Yeah, milk bag. Any milk bag that you trust will do. I don't have a special recommendation. Now you open your milk bag. Of course, clean hands again. Very, very important, clean hands. Open it up. Yes. Open this up. And then you transfer it. I just want to show you so that you do it properly, okay? Yeah. And then you pour the milk slowly. You have all the time in the world, don't worry. Slowly into the milk bag. And then what will most people do? Most people will just close it. Now if you just close it, I'm just going to show you what happened. I'm just going to close it down. Most people just close it. They will use their fingernails and then they just scrape across here. Don't do that. Because your fingernails may be sharp, you put your fingernails and you scrape across it, you may tear the bag. Okay? So use the pads of your thumb and your forefinger. Close it properly. This way. And another thing that you can see is now the bag can stand, right? Now standing bags like this take up a lot of space in your fridge or freezer. And yes, you can. Some of you actually do this in the office itself. It takes up a lot of space in your cooler bag. And because it's standing out like that, and this is a plastic, it's not a bottle, it may move. Alright, it may move, and then if it's in your cooler box, it may not be perfect, it may not be good. And you will notice that it creates what we call an air pocket. Can you see that? There's an air pocket, So it's that it's fat like that, right? Can you see that there's some air inside? Not perfect, because if when it's like that with air pocket, oxidization can happen, and you can get what we call freezer burn. It's actually easy to do. It's easy to happen. So the best way actually to close up your milk bag is, alright, I'm just going to open it up again. You pour the milk in. After pouring in the milk, you try to squeeze out as much air as you can. You close the bag halfway with the pads. Okay, remember fingernails, careful with fingernails, right? You close the bag halfway, and then you use the edge of the table. Can you see the edge of the table? And then you squeeze out it slowly, like that. Take out as much air as you can, and then at the end here, you close it. Close everything. And there you see, no air pockets. Can you see how perfect it is? Now it's like vacuum packed. Correct? And then if you were to lie it down flat, it's perfect. See, it's perfectly flat like this. Therefore, your cooler bag, your cooler box can actually store a lot more. Good, huh? So this is how you use your breast milk bag. Okay. All right. So before we go, let's see if we have any more. We have the three winners. For just now, the three winners for the class just now. Remember, you answered the question on how long the breast milk lasts after the teat has touched your baby's mouth. The three winners, please contact Coleman, and we will send you the voucher. We will send you the ticket to my inner talk class. Okay. All right. So. Okay, hi Kimberly, what if your girl don't like to drink the express milk from the bottle? What multivitamins which is good for all? Okay, Kimberly, you have to also identify why your baby do not like breast milk from the bottle. Is it because your baby prefers direct latching? She just love direct latching so much that doesn't want the bottle. Sometimes that happens because your baby love direct latching. Your baby love you a lot. And if your baby is still very small, that means below 6 weeks old, most of the time you can still try to train your baby to take the bottle. But if your baby is a lot bigger, I don't know, a few months, 2, 3, 4, 5 months old, then it's a bit more difficult to train your baby to get back to the bottle. And that's why it's actually, for the mothers who are listening here today, it's actually quite important if you have to train the bottle to start training by the time your baby is 4 or 5 weeks old. Usually, the earliest you can train your bottle is when they are 3 weeks old. But if you can drag it to 4 or 5 weeks old, it's even better. Okay, but don't go more than 5 weeks. So to train giving the baby the bottle, you have to remember that mommy cannot give the bottle because mommy is breastfeeding. And then when mommy hold the baby to give the bottle, the baby is going to say, hey, mommy is here, I want mommy's breast, I don't want the bottle. And therefore she cry. And when she cry, you kelam kabut, you didn't know what to do. What you gonna do? You put down the bottle and then you give your breast. And therefore the baby knows and understands that when mommy is around, mommy will always give breast. And therefore, even when mommy is not around, I don't want, or as well as I just cry, I don't want the bottle, the mommy will give the breast. So that's why sometimes training on bottle can be a lot more difficult. So the only person who should give the bottle is daddy, grandma, or auntie, or somebody else, okay? But not mommy. That's one. Another thing is, if Kimberly, your baby rejects a bottle not because of direct latching, but because of the milk taste. Sometimes some mothers have very high lipase content in their milk, and then when after they pump up their milk, as they put the milk in the fridge or in the freezer, lipase activity happens, and lipase it breaks down, it makes the fats in your milk easier to be absorbed. Okay. And therefore it changes the taste of the milk as well. When it changes the taste of the milk, the baby may reject it. Yeah. So that is why your baby ends up not wanting to drink the milk. So if that is the case, then Kimberly, write to me. I'll give you a solution to that, but a solution is not an easy solution. Just write to me and see what we can do about it. Okay. Or you can actually Google what to do with lipase milk. Okay, so at the Coleman website, there is no section to key in promo code. There is only a section called coupon code. Okay, CM Gina, it says it's okay already. As far as I know, that is actually okay already. And I just want to remind all listeners today, this promo code is valid until 11:59 tonight. 11:59. After tonight, no more. Please don't WhatsApp me, don't PM me and ask me to give you an extension. You have it until 11:59 today to purchase it, and it's actually a very good purchase. I can tell you that, because Coleman is really one of the trusted brand. Yeah, and if some of you really want to buy something but you don't want it, but you want to buy it, just buy it. Ask for my contact number, ask for my address, you can send it to me. Just joking. Okay, Charlene, I think it is okay already. Okay, you're welcome, Yanling. Yeah. Yes. Then you squeeze all the milk towards the opening and lock it. It's easier. So you remember, just close the bag halfway through, and then after that squeeze it. Okay. So if you use bottle or storage, do you need to remove the ends? You can't. If it's bottle, it's very difficult to remove the air, but it's still okay. Okay, just close it and then put it into the freezer. That's totally fine. And because your bottle is just this shape, you can't do much about it. The one that we teach is because the bag takes up a lot of space in the freezer, and because it's not a hard container, so we just want to make sure that you're careful with it. Okay. Yeah, so Chloe, I hope that helps. Carol, how can husband support the wife throughout breastfeeding journey, especially if direct latch? Husband, you have to be a lot more supportive. You go to Pokong and you buy the biggest bling bling you can find. Okay. Well, that's one way of supporting your wife. But another way of supporting your wife is whenever she wakes up to direct latch, you agak-agak lah. She finished direct latching, maybe you help to burp the baby. Alright, by allowing your wife to sleep in a little bit longer in the morning, so that you prepare the baby to go to the babysitter. Just let your wife sleep a little bit longer. You buy food that your wife loves to eat, drinks that your wife will, and then just give her a massage and show by your words that you are thankful. Say, thank you, darling, thank you for taking care of our baby. Mwah! Kiss. Yes, that's I think important. So there are many ways a husband can support the wife. We can do another talk on this, and invite all your husbands to join us. Okay, so you're most welcome. We will have to, it's already 10:30. We will see if we can actually, as I promised, I would like to answer all your questions. So to ask your questions here, we will have to call it a night soon. We will have to end this somehow soon, but if there's a question, please do ask. And otherwise, I'll see you for the next live show. Yeah. Okay. I'm just giving opportunities for those of you who have won the Coleman lucky draw, and the Q&A session, that you win the 3 tickets to my inner talk class, please give your contact number to Coleman. Okay, PM Coleman and give your contact number there. Alright, so thank you so much. Thank you everybody for being here on Saturday night, especially it's 10:30 now. Just get in touch with me. Tell me if I can support you. The T-Ban has a group of T-Ban breastfeeding counselors. For any of you who needs breastfeeding help, get in touch with us and we will be able to help you in your breastfeeding journey or in your parenting journey. Yeah. So thank you very much. Remember, until tonight 11:59, the code is CNGINA, CNGINA, for the exclusive price. Yes. Thank you so much. Welcome, Christy. Yes, welcome, Christy. And before we end, don't go yet. Don't go yet. We have another message to share with you. The Coleman Family Camp. Coleman Family Camp is just a wonderful time for you to cuti Malaysia, and for all of you who really wants to take a break. This is an entire different experience. Do look at it and go for it. Sign up for it.